Hello everybody, Cooper here, and welcome back to another episode of my Port Adelaide Management Career Mode here on AFL 26. I hope you're all doing very well today. First order of business, we've got some admin to do before we get into our game against Essendon. I've put a timestamp, sort of where the timestamps go, so if you want to skip ahead, that'll be fine. But I hope you're all doing very well today. If you've been enjoying this series and you haven't subscribed already, we've been getting a lot of traction on these videos in the last couple of days. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of June, so if you could help a brother out, that would be exceptional. Now, let's get into the quick admin bit that I want to get into. It is a bit of pre-agency, because we've obviously got a few contract extensions that we need to do just for 2025. There's obviously Travis Boak, who's out of contract, Ivan Soldo, who honestly, after all the stuff that happened last season, we're probably going to let go. But there's also, I think it's Miles Bergman, who I want to have a look at, because he was a top 15 draft pick, so we obviously don't want to lose him for nothing. You know, we'll see how that plays out, but there is one particular player who I did notice was out of contract in 2026, and that indeed was Zach Butters. Now, he is currently got 1 year left on his deal, so he's contracted for 2026. He's a restricted free agent at the end of that period, and he's on the books for about $1.5 million. Now, obviously, I do want to extend him. I think Connor Rozee expires in 2032, and I believe he is in and around the same age as him. And he's obviously our vice captain, and he will be captaining the team today, as Rozee is injured with a torn hamstring, or just a hamstring strain, actually. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to offer somewhere in the ballpark of 1.35, because honestly, $1.5 million a season is quite a lot, and obviously it's a 7-year deal through to 2032. So if we can get him to accept, actually we might even drop that down to 1.25, because I think that is still really good value for a guy of his caliber who's going to be a little bit older. Towards the end of that deal, I'm actually glad I dropped it down by $100,000, as he only wants 1.26. So we're going to bump it up to 1.265 just to make him super happy, and we're going to offer that out, and he is on the books for another 7 years. In terms of the other players that are out of contract in 2026, there are the likes of Willie Rioli. Now, I'm not going to do anything with his contract, just with all the current stuff that's going on with him in real life, but also Ollie Wines. I'm not going to extend him just yet. Obviously, he's a little bit older than the likes of Connor Rozee, Zach Butters, and all those sort of top line guys that we do have. Obviously, he still is very good. Same deal with Alia, although probably not as good, maybe a tier below. But then we've got Mr. Whitlock, who has had a very good start to his career. He's kicked 8 goals in 2 games. My controller is gone, apparently. Doesn't make any sense because it's a wired controller, but if anybody can let me know why that's happening, I did update the software on my controller the other day, so I'm not sure why that would be the case. Now, obviously with Jack Whitlock, he is contracted through to 2026, as I said. I think a 3-year extension for him is reasonable. He is still obviously in his first season. $175,000, I'm quite happy to pay that for a youngster who will be 21, I think, actually maybe 22 by the end of this deal. He has now accepted that, and I think that is all the admin that I'm going to do. We've now got 13 players on the books for 2028. We're doing very, very well. I think we've done a good job so far. Tactically for this game up against Essendon, we're actually going to put the forwards now down low. I feel like a lot of our forwards, especially the half forwards, are spending a lot of time further up the ground, and we just ended up kicking the ball over their heads to a 1-on-1 down in the goal square, which is where Whitlock and Georgiades obviously got a lot of goals last week. So we're going to try and remedy that by putting some of our forwards down low. Obviously, the likes of Lukosius and whoever's playing centre half forward will still be at the top of the ground. Everything else is going to remain the same. I have made the sliders a little bit more difficult than the last game we played up against Richmond. So hopefully the result of that will be a bit more of a competitive game up against Essendon. We're playing, I believe it's a Saturday night game up against, obviously, Essendon at Marvel Stadium. Under the roof, I assume. Let's get into it. And here we are. The presentation is looking lovely. The roof is closed as we expected. Clear skies. I mean, obviously, because the roof is closed. Night game. And here we come. 2 wins to start the year. Connor Rosie obviously out. And I'm trying to remember who we bought in. I was the guy with the really long Greek name. Anastastopoulos. There he is. He's on the bench today. And Zach Butters, as I said, will be the captain. And here come the Bombers. They are 1-2 on the season so far. I actually don't know who they've played, but it'll be interesting to see how they go up against a side who is playing some very good footy in our good selves. I always find the toss of the coin really quite funny at Marvel, especially when the roof is closed, because literally does not matter in terms of conditions. We've decided to kick to the left of screen for what it's worth. And here we go. Jordan Sweet back in the ruck. Trying to get it forward. We do a terrible job. And Kyle Langford takes the mark inside forward 50. No, he doesn't. Jai Caldwell. The Bombers get the first inside 20 seconds. Jaden Davey Jr. hits up. Is it Reese Unwin, I believe it is? Yes, it is. He was a new draftee this past season. Lining up for the Bombers' second. Does very nicely. Bombers looking for another inside 50. We finally take a mark via Ryan Burton at half-back. Can we take a mark here over Draper? We can't. Ball goes over the back. Berry gets chased down by the big fella. Obviously, a big South Australian. I almost said Sam Draper. Handball forward to Wines. Doesn't work out. Trying to go to Horn Francis. Gets it in the end. Kicks it short. Was aiming for goal, but obviously got to put a little bit more power in the kick. And Lukosius lining up for the first of the day for Port Adelaide. That's a bad miss. Bombers really stuff it up out of fullback. There's a contest. They survive via Jordan Ridley. Takes a mark outside of half-back. Ball spoiled by Horn Francis, I believe that was. Alia again with the spoil. Come on, take a mark. Yes, finally we get a bit of a stoppage. Jace Burgoyne is injured with a hamstring. Hopefully it's not too serious. We haven't really got a lot of numbers here. We might just have to kick it down the line. That was a bit too central. Bombers playing a really good zone defense right now. Ball inside 50. Matt Gelfie lining up for his first and the Bombers' third. Inside 6 minutes. They are all over us. And as we expected, Jace Burgoyne currently injured. And it looks like Archie Perkins is also injured for the Bombers. So no... Well, I mean, they've already used their sub. So both players, or both teams, I should say, subbed, using their subs very early. Hopefully the Burgoyne injury isn't too serious. Anastopoulos, where can we put him? I'm going to the wrong end of the ground. We'll put Sam Powell-Pepper at half forward, or on the wing, excuse me, and then Anastopoulos can play at half forward. Yeah, that's all beautiful. But we need to be better in the middle of the ground, which is where we were so good against Richmond. Alia does a very nice job at centre halfback. We've got Powell-Pepper in the middle there by himself. Just gets absolutely bodied by Jordan Ridley. And now he goes wide to Edwards. Can Alia hold him up? Yes, he does very nicely. Probably lucky not to give away a 50-metre penalty. Great tackle. We just turned the ball over at the wrong time. But our tackling has been a major feature of this series so far. We just need to get boot to ball. Thank you. Butters does well. Powell-Pepper can't take the mark, unfortunately. Just dobbed forward by Essendon. Let's go inside. Lower the eyes. Can't do a job there. Horn Francis running forward. Kick it long. We need a mark. Who was that flying high? Whitlock kicks it short. Again, we can't take the mark inside 50. He's just killing us right now. Essendon going via Old Gold. Handballs off to Merritt. Kick short. Great spoil from behind. 2-metre Peter. Bombers have 4. We are in a lot of trouble early. Bombers with another inside 50. Zerk Thatcher with a nice mark. We'll go down the line once again. Horn Francis. Nice hands. Oh, someone's over the top by themselves, but we can't get it to him straight away. Kick it short. Dylan Shield somehow just grabs that off the deck. Going down the ground. Kyle Langford once again. Great hands. Sam Durham now has an injury. So injuries galore early. We've got players in the middle of the ground here. So far, so good. Horn Francis. Get back, get back, get back. Take your time. We're waiting for a lead. We probably go a little bit too deep. Finally, we get a mark inside 50 via Cochrane. And we desperately need a goal. This should be our first. And we do. We do well to win it out of the middle. Sweet. Just bombs it long to full forward. Lukosius. Obviously had that stinker of a set shot earlier on, which was actually closer to the goal than this kick. But that is straight through the middle. Port have 2 in a row, and it's back down to an 11-point margin. We can get a couple more goals before quarter time. That would be ideal. Another handball forward. We do well. Pau Pepper. Ollie Wines does a fantastic job wrapping up. I think that was Dylan Shield. But yes, if we can get one more or maybe 2 more goals before quarter time. Butters with the hands forward, straight to Jordan Ridley. Not a mark. We play on. Ollie Wines kicks towards goal. It's offline. Wasteful with disposal, unfortunately. Ball short, out of fullback. Can't get a mark. Running forward. Willem Drew does very nicely. Actually, who's that just short there? That's not my target initially. Little kick. I was, again, aiming for the goals. Not what I was looking for. But Tom Cochrane lining up for a second. Been sneaky good today. Back down to a 4-point game. Sweet knocks it down. Doesn't win the ball in the end. Handball forward. Pau Pepper. Herbs and Spices. Butters gets wrapped up. Ollie Wines kicks it short to a lead. Lining up for his first of the day. Bombers kick the first 4. Port kick the next 4. Very back and forth contest right now. We win the ball forward. Oh, that just stopped. That was not great. I did not think we were going to get the ball in that situation. Let's win the ball here. We don't. Kyle Langford. Another good mark at centre half forward. 7 disposals, 6 marks already. He's been exceptional. If he can get a goal to his resume for today. It's offline, but it's swinging back. And he's done well. Doing that famous number 4 jumper at Essendon very well. Obviously, Gavin Wanganeen wore it for many, many years. Joe Watson as well. Pseudo Brownlow medalist, I suppose we can call him. Gets wrapped up. It's a ball up. Draper knocks it down. Ball comes loose in the contest. Ends up with Caldwell. Bombers have 6. A great tackle in the middle there. Now we've got to run forward, kick it long. We've actually find Mr. Joe Richards. Yet to get a touch. He's only come onto the ground quite recently for his first disposal of the day. I think this kick is offline. Oh, it's not bad actually. Not good enough though. Parrish now in the back pocket for the Bombers. Willem Drew does well. Could have a shot, but we might actually just kick a little bit shorter. Find a target in Mr. Whitlock. We need to take 85 marks in this game to get our objective. That is a horrible kick by Whitlock. And I don't even know if this is going to make the distance. Yeah, that's awful. Brave short kick out of that back pocket. Ends up with Setterfield. Looking for Drew. Actually, no, it's Richards, excuse me. But ends up with Nick Martin. Obviously played for a very long time. Ends up with Langford. Looking for a target upfield. Ends up with Darcy Byrne-Jones. I did not play on. I did not play on. Oh, that's so annoying. Can we win the ball back? Thank you. No, thank you. Parrish. Oh, that sucks. That absolutely sucks. Annoyingly, we concede another goal. So, rule of thumb is you need to score consecutive goals in this game. We each go 4 apiece to start, and the Bombers kick the last 3. So, 11 goals in the quarter so far between both teams. Come on, Horn Francis. Oh, he's done well. All right, we're going to have a shot because I don't know how much time's left in the quarter. Oh, this is looking nice. Not bad. It's just over the point post, unfortunately. But we've actually had more scoring shots than Essendon in this one. We've just been a bit too wasteful, unfortunately. Ends up with Setterfield. Short kick to Nick Martin. I can't say I'm a fan of this short chipping game that Bombers are going about with at the moment. Nick Cox kicks down the line. Alia does very nicely. There's the quarter time siren. And a very up and down game as we've seen so far. In terms of the disposals, the Bombers are actually getting more of it. We're getting more handballs. We're actually winning in the ruck, which I didn't think we would be. Inside 50s is pretty even. They're dominating clearances, tackles, marks. They're all on it right now. But Tom Cochrane has 2 goals. Jai Caldwell also has 2. But a lot of the major ball winners are Essendon players. Second quarter underway. Here we go. Jordan Sweet wins it out. Can't get it very far. We win the ball back via, I think that was Ollie Wines actually. Kick toward full forward. Puts it on the head of Mr. Powell Pepper, Herbs and Spices. And he takes a very nice mark, which is actually a little surprising. Lines up for his first, and we get the first of the second quarter. Cuts it back down to a single-digit game. Feeling a bit more confident after that first goal. Great hit out by Sweet. Handballs back into traffic. Butters looking for Powell Pepper once again. Is he a key forward? Is he a sneaky key forward? I don't know if that is his calling in life. But 2 in a row to Powell Pepper. What a start. Sweet starting to dominate in the middle. We may as well go in the Powell Pepper direction. Can't take it this time around, unfortunately. Ends up with Nick Martin, who's actually had a very good game. That's a brave kick to Caldwell. Very, very short. Typically, you want to get it clear of your defensive 50. Ends up with Setterfield at half back. Come on, run onto it. Ben Mackay hasn't touched it today. And Ollie Wines wins it back for us. Powell Pepper running up the ground. That's not what we want from him. Lukosius, he's in his distance. He's contractually obliged to have a shot from this distance. Kicked one in the first quarter, was pretty good. And he's absolutely nailed that. We have the lead for the first time today. I'm telling you, it's a legitimate rule. Consecutive goals only in this game. Can't win it out of the middle. Alia takes a really nice contested mark at centre half back. We go wide, possibly a little too wide, but it all works out in the end. We go deep towards half forward once again. Powell Pepper can't take the mark. Maybe we're going into the Herbs and Spices direction a little bit too much. That is an awful kick by Draper. Ends up with Horn Francis. Go to full forward. Kick towards the big boys. And Georgiadis, I don't actually think saw it in the first quarter. Going to be lining up for his first of the day. This might be a little bit close to the left goalpost. We'll see how it goes. It's all fine in the end. 4 consecutive goals to Port Adelaide. This has just been a bizarre game of football so far. We do well to wrap up the ball in the middle. Horn Francis, I don't know why he stopped. Sweet. Running forward. Butters kicks it short. Finds Georgiadis again. And we're looking to get another objective there. 80 contested possessions. We've got 60 so far, and we are 7 minutes into the second quarter. So it's looking like we're going to be making a little bit of money today. 5 consecutive goals for Port Adelaide. 16-point game. We'll take it. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Short little kick. Not quite what I ordered. Alia can't spoil Zach Merritt, which is quite funny because he is not a contested marking machine. I'm talking about Zach Merritt. I'm obviously not talking about Alia. Ball coming off half back. That is in the back. I'm surprised it wasn't given the hole in the ball, actually, because he had the ball for bloody ages. Horn Francis can't take the mark. Runs off Merritt. Only goes as far as Alia. We're doing very nicely. We've got a short lead here. It's where we go, and neither of our guys want the ball, apparently. Alia doesn't tackle in this opportunity. 2-meter Peter's already got a goal today. Kick short towards Jade Gresham. Former St Kilda man's going to have a shot on goal. His first touch of the day coming up. And to get it back to a 10-point game for the Bombers. Swings it left. Can't get a goal. Out of fullback now. Going just outside 50. Miles Bergman does very nicely on Dylan Shield. Bit slow to get up. Hopefully it's not another injury. We'll go down the line looking for Georgiadis, who does take very good contested marks, as we do know. Herbs and Spices is all by himself. Gets sat on. Lukosius can't get boot to ball. Does actually in the end, but doesn't go very far. And then Georgiadis, another contested mark, does very nicely. I don't like how contested the forward line is right now. I think that's just because everyone's very low. So we might have to change that in between games. I want a lead. Somebody give me a lead. I see one. It's Anastopoulos, and he's going to have a crack at goal now. Willem Drew now has a hamstring injury. What's with all the injuries? Is there like an injury slider that I can adjust? Because I don't like this. 6 in a row for the Power, but it's injuries galore right now for both teams. At this rate, we're going to have to be swapping players at halftime because we're not going to have any players left. Essendon win it out of the middle this time. Can they get another goal? Not this time around. Zerk Thatcher with a very nice contested mark. Coming out of full back. Oh, that is not a good kick whatsoever. Can we win it back? No, we don't, unfortunately. Great tackle by Josh Sin. Got a ball up. Great fist forward by Jordan Sweet. Ball only goes as far as Edwards, though. Can't get the mark, unfortunately. Running loose. We just kick to space. That's fine. Just want to get it out at defensive 50. Can't take... Oh, yes, we do take the mark. I thought we were going to drop that one, actually. We'll go to Jordan Sweet. He's got a bit of space about him. Alia can't take the mark this time around. Nick Cox kicking forward. Was so good for us in the Tasmania series. I think... Actually, no, he played against us in the Tasmania series. What am I thinking about? Actually, no, he did play for us in the Tasmania series. He absolutely dominated us in a qualifying final against Richmond, where he had like 50 disposals and kicks 5 or 6 goals. Can't take the mark down the line. Getting distracted by former series. Davey Jr. drops the mark. We've got a little kick over the top. Doesn't go very far. And the return kick back inside 50 is very quick. Only goes as far as Sin. Ball with Setterfield wide. Going short. Finds Edwards. 21-point lead with plenty of time left in this quarter. We could probably get another 10 minutes or so of play. I think we just go down the line. We've got a few bodies there that can take a mark. Ends up with Zach Butters. The skipper's been in the entire game. We're sort of a bit short on midfielders right now. Georgiadis has taken quite a few marks. We'll go into the Lukosius direction. And he does a very good job on Mackay. Got me lining up for another goal. To make it 7 in a row for Port. He's done well. 27-point game. Can't win it out the middle this time around. Essendon very quick, moving the ball forward. Pau Pepper going to spend some time in the midfield now. We are just tossing the ball around like it's nobody's business. But our ball movement is awful with that kick in the end. Georgiadis probably should have lowered the eyes, but it ends up with an Essendon kick out of full back. Darcy Parish. Haven't seen a lot of him today. Kicks up the line. Ben Mackay, jeez. Thanks for showing up. You've done absolutely nothing today. Draper kicks short. Finds Burton. Zerk Thatcher again. So good at halfback today. Pau Pepper can't take the mark. Jordan Ridley. Very nice contested mark. Looking for... I think that's Davey Jr. Can't find him. 20 minutes gone in the second. Trying to win the back in the middle of the ground. Just not doing a good job. Parish kicks it forward. Do the Bombers break the drought here? Yes, they do. Fortunately for us, we win it right back out of the middle. Kicking towards half forward. Nobody home. What's Lukosius doing? Great tackle. That's what he's doing. He's laying tackles. I do want to have a shot on goal. Oh, yes, we can have a shot on goal. I thought he may have been too far out. But I think this is a barrel-worthy attempt. Obviously, we're going to have to be basically perfect for this to go through. I think he's lining up for number 4. That's not bad. Oh, it's offline. Edwards at halfback. Only finds Pau Pepper. We'll kick towards full forward. He's actually had a crack on goal, which is not what I had on mind. But now it's an even 4-goal game. Bombers just trying to get out of their defensive half. Really struggling right now. And their ball use, absolutely poor right now. Going to full forward. Can't take the mark. Go off the ground. What are you doing, you spud? We end the quarter with 3 behinds. Not an ideal way to finish, but it's a 25-point lead. 7 goals to 1 for the quarter. If we were kicking a bit straighter, we could be miles ahead. But a much better quarter compared to that first one, where we were just absolutely terrible. We could be a little bit better in the ruck, I think. But we're not doing too bad at this stage. Lukosius 3, Cochrane 2, Georgiadis 2, Pau Pepper 2. Whitlock, nowhere to be seen after we've just given him a contract extension. Wines and Horne-Francis have 15 and 14 disposals respectively. Jordan Sweet getting a lot of the ball, which is good to see. Butters, Willem Drew, Pau Pepper getting a bit of it as well. Let's get the second half going. If we can have another quarter like the one we just had, that would be bloody lovely. We can't win it out of the middle. Actually, we might in the end. Horne-Francis gets it down the line. Looking for Lukosius. Ball is spoiled. Oh my god, I'm awful at this game. It's okay. It may work out still. Ollie Wines. Oh, that was ugly. Ugly. We've got a player on the lead. Ends up with Richards. We could have a shot. We're going to have a shot. Let's be selfish. Killed a bit of time on the clock, which, I mean, we didn't really have to do. But it's how it works in the end. Richards lining up for his first, I believe. He snuck it in. 31-point lead to get the quarter going. Ball goes back. Just awful hands. Draper going for a bit of a run. Almost gets chased down by Butters. Nick Cox aiming for a goal. Does very well. Gets one in return. It's just a big body on Butters. Butters having a bit of difficulty with him in the middle of the ground. Not a lot we can do about it right now. Ball entering the forward 50 for the Bombers once again. And Jade Gresham just bullies, I think, Josh Sin down there. Missed his first set shot. Bombers have consecutive goals for the first time since the first quarter. Great knockdown by Jordan Sweet. I've accidentally pressed the tactics button. Can we just get that off screen? Lovely, thank you. Butters, kick it short, hit up a target. We find Herbs and Spices once again. Having a very good game. Definitely going to be worthy of some votes, I think, in this one. Oh, he's just missed that. That's annoying. Bombers just working the ball out of the defensive 50 now. And doing an awful job of it. Darcy Byrne-Jones looking for a lead. Herbs and Spices is on the move. That's not where we go. We turn it over. We should have just had a shot on goal. When in doubt, be selfish. Pau Pepper can't take it on this occasion. Ball pushing up the field by Essendon. Only as far as Alia. It's been very good. Horne-Francis is all by himself. Can't take the mark on this occasion. Ball gets wrapped up. Oh, that's not good. Can someone lay a tackle? Thank you. Butters, kick it forward. Get smothered. No, that's a high tackle, maybe. Well done, Draper, with the tackle. We've got a stoppage inside our forward 50. Ball goes to ground. We kick it backwards. I hate that camera. But we take a mark at centre-half back. We're not doing too bad in this quarter. Obviously, we'd like to be doing a little bit better. That wasn't a great kick, admittedly. But it's out in the contest. Draper gets the ball. Oh, I'm doing awful stuff here. Gresham puts it forward for the Bombers. Great hands by Bergman. Let's just knock it forward. Hopefully we can take a mark here at, well, not quite half back, but sort of towards half back. Looking for Richards now. It's had a very good game, getting a lot of the ball actually. That's an awful kick though. Doesn't go very far. But it works out in the end, and this time we are going to have a shot with Byrne-Jones, because the last time we did and we tried to pass it off, we actually didn't score. So we're going to do the selfish thing this time around, and he has absolutely nailed that. Back out to a 26-point game. Jordan Sweet probably getting a little bit tired. Alia, don't know where he was going, but it's now with Kyle Langford. We take a nice mark via Cirque Thatcher at centre-half back. Let's just get it clear. If we can take a mark, that would be swell. We don't take a mark. Goes straight back to Langford. Goldstein looking, I think, for 2-metre Peter, but doesn't go very far. Lukosius, please take a mark. Yes, we do. Handball over the top to Goldstein, annoyingly. And it's going to probably end up in an Essendon goal. I'm not sure who actually kicked that. We'll have to have a look in a minute. Will Setterfield in the end kicked that one, annoyingly, and now it's back to a 20-point game. We are just not doing a very good job in the middle of the ground. Ball goes towards our defensive 50. Can't lay a tackle, but we take a mark, which is great. Let's just get it deep inside our forward 50. Is no one taking marks today inside 50? Is that what the case is? Because compared to last week, we've been awful by taking marks inside 50. It's really just been rebound kicks, to be honest. That's where we've gotten most of our production. So maybe we have to go back to the... I'm trying to think of what it's called. The high setting inside forward 50. Maybe that's what the plan is. But Anastopoulos, the sub, takes a very nice mark. I can't say I know him for his contested marking. He seems like quite a small unit. But he's done well. He's got another goal for his troubles. Great tackle by Butters in the middle. Looking for a forward. Only finds Bergman. So really well done by the defender, who's actually out of contract, we saw at the start of the episode. Let's go back inside. We probably should have used the feet. Oh, layer tackle. Great chase by Burne-Jones on Setterfield. Really did a good job of stopping another forward entry for the Bombers. Sweet. Just really struggling in the ruck right now. As I said, we may need to change that up at some point. Alia with the rebound outside of defensive 50. Does well. Lukosius just stood there. Didn't take a mark in the end. Great tackle. Another ball up. Sweet. Finally wins one out of the middle, but we turn it over. We do not make the most of it. Oh, I almost played on accidentally. Works out in the end. Go deep towards our forward 50. And Georgiadis takes a nice mark. Going to be lining up for another goal. And to get it back out to a 32-point margin. That's a nice kick. And he's got at least 3, maybe 4. Going wide out of defensive 50. Burne-Jones doing a very nice job. Let's go to Lukosius down the line. Does a very nice job of taking that mark. Awful kick though. So can't do everything perfectly, unfortunately. Edwards getting a lot of the ball off half back. Kicks down the line looking for Goldstein. Ends up with Setterfield. Now finds Goldstein. Gives it up. Great tackle. Couldn't actually tell who that was. But Setterfield's going to run in. Get another goal for the Bombers. We're finally going to give Jordan Sweet a bit of a rest. We've put Whitlock, who spent a lot of this quarter actually on the bench. And Lukosius takes a nice mark inside 50. Going to be lining up for at least 4. I believe he's got 3, if the graphic is correct. I don't know whether to trust it at this point, but it's not going to matter because it's offline. Hundreds up for the power. 27-point game. The Bombers go to the pocket out of fullback. Dangerous kick. Butters takes a nice mark. He's going to have a shot on goal. Hasn't kicked one today. Just the 16 disposals. Seems low for the skipper. And he's going to be having a crack. It's long, but it's, again, not accurate. Ball ends up with Tommy Cochran. He kicked 2 very early. Been a little AWOL since then. Can't take the mark in the goal square, Joe Berry. Did take a very nice contested mark earlier. Pau Pepper with the pressure inside 50. Horn Francis went for the snap. Just did not happen. He's kicked it out in the full, but that is an awful kick by whoever that was. Actually, it's going to end up with Whitlock, who's yet to kick a goal today, I believe. And he's going to spend a bit of time in the ruck. Or probably for the rest of the game, I would imagine. Sweet, he's been running solo, as we don't really have a good second ruck. But Whitlock's got a first on the day. Ball cleared out of the middle. We do very nicely. Whitlock just trying to get the hands forward. Wines. Oh, that's panic stations. Can't take the mark at halfback, unfortunately. Darcy Parish does well. Butters. We've taken 85 contested marks, or 85 marks completed, I should say. Alia pushing forward. That is, I mean, strange, but I'll take it. What happened there? Bombers now have it at half forward. Jai Caldwell. Who is on 2 meter Peter? That is piss poor defending. Another inside 50 for Port. Lukosius, a great contested mark. Gonna have another shot on goal. And I feel like he's butchered this one as well. It's not been a great kicking display by us under the roof, I will admit. Deep in the back pocket now, Port Adelaide. That is really risky. And that's 3/4 time. And we're getting a nice look at the roof here. Very, very good. But 5 goals apiece in that quarter, but 5 goals for to us. We really could have taken a few more opportunities there. Georgiadis, 3 goals on the game. Lukosius, 3 goals for. Hasn't, I mean, the goal kicking side of things, not ideal. But Cochran, again, just the 2 goals for him, but both of them very early. Anastopoulos also has 2. Pau Pepper has 2. Langford, 13 marks, leads the way. Alia also has 10. Ollie Wines, Butters, and Horn Francis getting a lot of the ball. Final quarter, we are 29 points ahead. We've put Jordan Sweet back in the ruck. I haven't liked what I've seen from Whitlock in there. But if we can get a few goals here today, or in this last quarter, I should say, from Whitlock, he's running back, drops the ball, Power Pepper gets wrapped up, handballs forward to Lukosius. Power Pepper lays a nice tackle. Actually, it's Horn Francis. And that is holding the ball. I thought, actually, no, it was Power Pepper. I thought it was him. I didn't know why, or I don't know why, I should say why I thought it was Horn Francis. Maybe it was just the double barrel surname, but Power Pepper's got 3, gets the first of the fourth quarter. Shield with the inside 50 for the Bombers. Can't take the mark. I don't know who it was that flew. And 2 meter Peter just gets a nice sneaky goal out the back. Aliria, another contested mark at fullback, or at centre half back. Just another crappy kick as well. And a clearing ball out wide finds Caldwell. I don't know how he found him out there, but it's another goal to the Bombers. Great vision by whoever was getting tackled. 23-point game. We are not out of the woods just yet. Burn Jones kicks it deep. Actually, he only finds Power Pepper. And we're going to have a crack at goal because I don't trust kicking short towards our forward line. He sets it wide. He's hit the post. Even 4-goal game now. Oh, that's an awful kick. Ends up with Berry. Going to be lining up for his second. Puts it directly in the middle of the goals. Actually, it's offline. That is not nice. But it gets it beyond a 4-goal game. And now it's an odd score. They have to kick 5 goals to hit the front. Kicking out of fullback hasn't been 5-star today. Just their kicking in general hasn't been 5-star today. Horn Francis with the tackle. Doesn't pick it up. And Darcy Burn-Jones gets a very nice mark off the rebound kick. Kicking towards Lukosius. Only finds Setterfield. Josh Lay with the intercept mark. It has really not been great, the kicking in this game from both teams, to be perfectly honest. Which, considering we're playing under a roof with no wind or no other adverse conditions, is quite funny. And Lukosius lining up for another goal. He's missed oh, it's another poster. Lukosius having an absolute stinker in front of goal today. 3 goals, 5, I believe it is, if my counting / memory is correct. Intercept mark via Jordan Sweet. I feel a bit nervous kicking towards Lukosius. But he's so good at marking is the thing. He can't kick for goal today. My controller has decided to give out on me. So this is going to be very tricky. I'm going to unplug my controller, plug it back in. If I kick it behind here, it's not my fault. So the controller, is it working again? Yes, it is. Okay, so I'm going to press resume. And now I'm going to have to quickly press B if it's going to be a goal. So this is going to be quite funny. I messed it up. That one's not my fault. The controller, I don't know why it's messing up like that. But it's another behind to Lukosius. Lay all in space by himself. Herbs and Spices is short, but I think it's actually going to end up with Lukosius. No, it's not. No tackle laid. Burn Jones now. Lukosius is having an absolute stinker. But he is absolutely marking everything. So he's actually not a bad option to go to. Just on the odds that he eventually will kick a goal. Can't take a mark there, unfortunately. Jade Gresham does a nice job. Kicking deep. Nice recovery mark by Kane Farrell. Hasn't seen a lot of it today, which, I mean, because he's a backman, generally is a good thing. Loose ball. Picked up. Oh, we got space here. Horn Francis. Power Pepper. He's down there. Oh, jeez. Someone got a bit of verticality. 11 minutes gone now. Not a lot of action for a little while. Big hanger attempted by the Bombers. I didn't see who it was. I think it may have been Ben Mackay or could have been Jordan Ridley. Not sure. And now, the Bombers are out here. Langford hits up. Oh, Gelfie, I think it is. Gives it back to Langford. Another goal to the Bombers. I think it's a 21-point game. Yes, it is. But they've actually only kicked 1 goal less than us, which is quite funny. Burn Jones looking for Matt Whitlock. Jordan Ridley takes the mark in the end. Finds Caldwell. Looking for a target up the field. Finds Darcy Parish. We get the mark at centre half back after the counter-attack attempt by Essendon. We can't take the mark at centre-half forward, though. So we're just struggling a little bit just to get the ball going. Lukosius again. This time too far out to score. Pow Pepper. Another mark inside 50. And most importantly, lining up for another goal to get us further ahead. 27-point lead. 15 minutes gone in the fourth. Langford takes the mark just in the centre of the ground. Draper from behind. Big boy. Takes a nice big grab. Goes deep towards full forward. Finds Darcy Parish of all people taking a contested mark. He's already got one today. He's going to go around the body. Actually, he's going to go with the check side. 20 disposals to his name. He's done well. Another inside 50 for the Bombers this time around. Only goes as far as Zerk Thatcher. Let's go wide. I saw some numbers here. Looking for the Burger Man. Ends up with him. We've got a short kick here over the top. That is not the kick I was aiming for. I was actually looking for Butters. Kick down the line once again. It's an awful kick, unfortunately. Running out of time slowly, the Bombers. And that is just a great contested mark by Kane Farrell. Going down the line, looking for Herbs and Spices once again. He does well. Inside handball to Horn Francis. The double barrel names combining, but we can't find a target up forward. Nick Martin just runs off his line. Great tackle by Pow Pepper. Oh no, it's a high tackle. Oh, I thought he was on for another shot on goal, unfortunately. Not going to be the case. Butters receives the ball just forward of centre-half back. Lukosius once again. Another contested mark. Still hasn't kicked a fourth goal. Is this going to be the one? I don't think it is. I've actually stuffed up again. But 12 contested marks on the day. Oh, yeah. 3 goals, 7 is awful. Jordan Sweet again in the ruck. Does very nicely. Ball goes to full forward. Anastopoulos. Can't take the mark. Kicks a goal with the crumbs. You'd think we're safe from here. Hopefully that will be the case. Horn Francis kicks it the wrong way. Caldwell with the ball forward. Only finds Zerk Thatcher. Handballs forward. We need 25 disposals in the next probably 5 minutes. Wait, what? Why is that advantage? I got too distracted about the disposals. We need, I think, 25 or so disposals to get the budget. Lukosius. Or get the objective, I should say. I don't think we're going to make it, unfortunately. We were definitely on track at one point. Clearly, we're a little bit behind schedule, so we're just going to get as many handballs as we can. I don't know where we're up to, but ideally, we also need to keep the ball. Ends up with Sin. Kicks forward. Aiming for Tommy Cochran. Can't take the mark. Ben Mackay. I don't know if we're going to make it. I don't think we will. I'm assuming we won't. Let's play on. Kick it long. We're probably not going to make it. We get the mark inside 50 before the siren goes. How far short did we fall? I'm more invested in the objectives here rather than the result of the game, which we do win. We're 3-0 to start the year. We win by 28 points in the end. They outscore us in the final quarter, I believe. 3 goals, 5 in the final quarter. Wow. 258 disposals. So they actually had more of the ball than us, funnily enough. Really good game. Really enjoyed this one. Pow Pepper, 4 goals, 3. Really stood up in the absence of Rosie. Georgiadis and Anastopoulos all had 3, as well as Lukosius, but 3 goals, 7, my lord. Cochran was good. Joe Richards kicked a goal. Setterfield had the most of the ball for the Bombers. Horn Francis, Butters, and Wines all had 24 plus. Jordan Sweet getting a lot of the ball as well was very good. But in terms of clangers, who had the most of those? That's what I want to know. Darcy Parish, 12 clangers, wow. And 11 intercept marks for Alia as well. Zerk Thatcher, 8. Josh Sin, 7. Burn Jones and Farrell, all with 5 plus. Let's sing that song. We were so very close for getting the full 10 grand bonus. We got the marks, we got the contested possessions, we got that very early. But we got the main one, which was the 85 mark. So 7.5 grand to the bonus today. Players are fatigued. What does the inbox have to say? Willem Drew has sustained an injury. Burgoyne has sustained an injury. That is fine in my mailbox. Manage player training. I think we just send everybody to rest, actually. Little update to the training schedule right now, just to amend our injury concerns as well, because obviously we picked up 2 more injuries today in the likes of Jace Burgoyne and Willem Drew, 2 of our key players actually. So our basically Saturday, Sunday, Monday training are just recovery and rest. Everything else should be the same for all of our other positions in terms of the days of the week. So that is the only thing that has changed up until this point in terms of training. And the next episode will be our first SANFL match. It is up against Glenelg. I almost said Richmond. But it is our first game of the SANFL season. This won't be the entire episode, I would imagine. I guess we'll probably combine it with whatever the AFL fixture is, which I will have a look right now. We actually have St Kilda at home on Sunday afternoon, which will be a very interesting fixture. If we just have a look, actually, if we skip forward, we are going to select the lineup. I think we'll do that at the start of the next episode. But if we have a look at the AFL ladder as is, Brisbane are currently in top spot with a really nice percentage that they do have over us, where it's only 3% that they're actually on top of. We've got the better defense, they've got the better offense. GWS and the Bulldogs are still unbeaten. Collingwood is 0-3, Melbourne, Richmond and St Kilda all 0-2. So you'd think we'd beat St Kilda in general, considering they're at the bottom of the ladder. And we'll have a quick look at the club statistics as well. Georgiadis leading the goal kicking for us with 11 goals. Whitlock and Lukosius all have 9, or both have 9, I should say. Rosie has the 7 goals. Powpepper with 6. Both of those just from the 2 games. And then Burne-Jones, Butters, and Ollie Wines have 3 each. Wines is leading the disposal getters with Butters, and Horne-Francis not far behind. Aaliyah has the most marks. Tackles is Horne-Francis. Clearances, Ollie Wines, no surprise there. And then hit-outs, I'm guessing, would be Jordan Sweet. Yes, it is. So that is going to do it for today, guys. Obviously, next episode, we're going to spend a bit of time looking at the SANFL side of things. So we might just put that towards the front of the next episode. So that might be a little bit longer of an episode. So if it's not out tomorrow, hopefully, or whenever the next game, I assume this video that I'm recording will be out on the day I record it. And then, so if it's coming out on the day I record it, it'll be out on Sunday, which is Mother's Day. So I hope everyone out there has a lovely Mother's Day. Wish all your mothers a happy Mother's Day as well. I'm assuming the next video will then be out on the Monday, if not the Tuesday, depending on how long the other video is. So thank you very much for watching up until this point, guys. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you wish to see more. And until next time, hope you have a lovely day wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you guys then. Bye.